Welcome back, guys. This is the Sea Planner Podcast. My name is David. I'm your host. I'm with a very good friend of mine, Dxsko,
What up?
Rene Tovar, but aka Dxsko.
What up?
So, want to get into what the what's behind Dxsko. I want to get behind the person. You've been really busy this past this during this past year, during this whole
For real.
pandemic. There's been a lot of things that have changed your
Yeah.
life.
Right.
I think we could even go back to um, this is kind of cool that we can revisit us starting selected series
Shit.
and talk about from maybe we can talk about from when your episode dropped
Right.
and do a quick run and just fill in the people
Right.
about what you've been up to.
Shit, bro. Right. I mean, that whole thing was like, you and Luis were doing it. You, Luis, and Pablo were doing it. I remember, and like, I was going through fucking heartbreak, and that day, that day was like everything. Like I was feeling like shit, and you were like, "Come through." Like I think I offered some like advice for like audio or something like
Yeah.
that. And we came through, and then fucking, I mean, that was it, bro. Like I saw your guys' vision, and I was like, bro, I can help behind the scenes, like the audio. And then it was like, fucking, you do the pilot, and I did the pilot. And honestly, bro, like, and you know what? When it's funny, because when I think about it, when I think back at it, I always think there's like a video version of that. But like,
No,
no,
there's
it's not, bro.
no.
There's not. That's why it's like dope to do this, because I'm able to like actually be like, express myself, and aside from selected series. Um, but yeah, bro, I'm like, that shit took me out of a fucking hunch for sure. You
Well,
know?
knowing you for so long, I think it I saw the real you
Right,
when you couldn't see who you were,
right,
and so I realized like, hey, like this guy's a real good friend to me, of mine,
right,
of my wife. Like you guys had a bond before I was even in the picture,
right.
and so
It's crazy.
I figured that if I needed to build my team, I
Right,
needed to build people that uh were adequate to the vision that I had, like just
right,
proper fit. And ever since then, I think once we started that, I think I made a promise to you. I
right.
said, or we made a deal, right?
Yeah.
We said, um, if you want to use my anything like
Services.
my services, you got a free year,
I remember that shit, bro.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we
dude.
never had that conversation.
Right, right.
We never came back. But yeah, like anything you needed,
Right.
like I had you.
Yeah.
Like any designs, and even if you didn't ask me, I
Yeah,
just sent
bro.
you stuff
I love
just
that
because
shit though.
y- you know I think that's what goes with
Right.
like successful stories. Like you need people that are behind the scenes
Right.
that
Right.
you don't really talk about, and they don't expect um, credit
Right.
or
Right.
affirmation or anything like that.
Right.
But look at you now, man. Like I'm really now you're now where the tables have turned,
Fuck.
and you've been
Creating shit and
creating
but bro,
and
that's all.
inspiring
That's cause
me.
you fucking seed planted that shit in me. Cause I was like, at first, I had no courage to do any. Cause bro, I don't really do like that, like graphic design stuff. So when I started seeing your stuff inspired me, and then obviously remember I started doing my stuff, and I would send it to you,
Yeah.
and you would help me, and you edit it, and I mean I'm nowhere close to you, bro, but that seed planted this whole idea of like, fuck, dude, you could do that shit too, like, or at least try to do it. And obviously there's these dope ass like templates and shit out there that make it fucking easy, but that you definitely seed planted that idea in me, bro.
So after that, well, it was mutual, bro. Cause like after, all right, so you after that you went through a pretty hard breakup,
Right, right,
and that took you for a loop as well. And so you've been going like this, like
Yeah.
going into the pandemic. Yeah, rest in peace.
Right.
But both of
My
your
grandma.
your
Grandma's.
grandma and both of your grandmothers passed away.
Right.
Your grandfather was sick, and that. Tell us a little bit about like what happened to disco to like from living in Palm Springs to now, like 'cause that's
Shit.
inspiring
Right.
because people don't acknowledge the trials and tribulations that
Right.
other people go through, but I saw your journey
Right.
and some of the people you have pretty really actually you have really loyal fans, and they maybe not get to hear your
Right.
story or your background, but like
Right. Right.
I
Right.
want people to hear it so that
Like the whole like from the heartbreak to like now,
from
or
the yeah whatever you want to share because it's inspiring. It's inspiring to see you're like rising from the ashes, like
right.
bro,
Right.
like look
No.
at you,
Yeah.
bro. You look mad and
I
shaved.
know.
You
Fuck,
got your little
bro.
TikTok going.
Shit, dude. I know. I was starting to do that shit, dude. But no, honestly, I think things started changing mentally after that heartbreak because that all that shit like it broke me down, bro. I mean, you saw it firsthand. Um, it really broke me down, and like my self confidence was just completely like shattered, bro. I I didn't acknowledge. I couldn't see the person that I knew I thought I was,
Uh-huh.
but I just thought I was just this like inferior. Like didn't think I was attractive. It was all that, bro. It was just a mixture of like everything that I've done. I moved out to the desert, to start a new life, and then that heartbreak happened, and then it was just like, was it even worth it? Was it any of that worth it? And then I think that was like my lowest time ever that bro, I was low, dude. I was just depressed. I was, all that shit. And to get myself out of it, I had to figure out like who the fuck I was. I had to get you guys, the people around me had to really slap me in the face, bro, and be like get your shit, get your stuff together, bro. Like like come on, you look at all your work you put in, like
Your self value, like
right,
of
right,
course.
value yourself. And little by little, dude, I started going to the gym. And I started hanging out with you more. Started doing the podcast more,
We were
and
playing
we were
soccer.
playing soccer.
That got you,
Um,
you know,
all,
motivated.
all that shit. I had gotten a new promotion within the job, so I just felt really motivated. Of like, you know what, I can be successful. I can be seen. I can see myself. It's just because I had this view of myself that I wasn't shit. So all that started shining light of like, you know what, you have done shit. Look at where you're at now. Look at what you've done, because I think that's something that like not enough people do, is they don't give themselves credit for what they've done in the past too.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I I've like I don't talk about it a lot, but I toured. I mean, to my close people, I talk about it. I toured, dude. I toured for like 4 fucking years. I toured for 4 years with a hip hop group, with a major artist all around the country. Like I don't talk about that shit a lot, and people don't know how much work that is, bro. I sacrificed money, time, relationships, myself, a toll on my body, bro. I gained a lot of weight, like, and then I just put myself in the ringer in the whole hip hop scene for a long time, bro. Like I was deep in it, dude. I've DJ'd for like big acts, all that shit. But all that kind of disappeared when I was in my depression, like all that like self-value of like, dog, that shit was dope. And I think it was because I separated myself from that IE. Like I I found myself in that IE. I feel like I created disco. And then when I left, it kind of humbled me again, cuz I was away from all my people, all that. So all that self-confidence was shit. So anyways, long story short,
You didn't have another person to like.
I didn't have my team, how you're
Yeah,
saying.
exactly.
And having you around, bro, having Monica around you, I think you guys were two of my most influential people of like, get your shit together,
Yeah,
because I always had people around me kind of sugarcoating things to me. And it's my family too, but you don't want to listen to your family half
of
the time,
course.
so it was really like my close friends telling me like, look, bro, you can get your shit together. And then from there, it was the gym grind, and then I started piecing everything together, and then the pandemic hit. And the pandemic hit, lost my job. I lost my job with the Y from 12 years, uh, and that was like a big part of my life. You know, I worked with kids for so long.
Yeah.
Um, I worked with kids for so long, and that all that. So I had, and then DJing was out of the picture due to the pandemic. So
Yeah, just making music and thinking about music.
it was just in the pandemic, not having anything to fucking do, and figuring out like, what am I gonna do? I lost my job. I can't even DJ, so I started doing the streams. That was like my first creative outlet of like, okay,
Yeah,
what can I do? You know?
that took you out of um you like creatively it sparked something because
Right,
you had to come up with like different ways to keep the people engaged,
right,
which was
bro.
kind of cool.
Right, right. So that started happening, and then I was doing Twitch, going back and forth. I was trying to figure out. I was gaining all the weight back that I had lost. Excuse me.
S- w-
So that was what mid. That was like around my birthday. I was starting to gain all that weight. I was trying to figure out what what I needed. I was just getting kind of like stagnant in all areas. And then obviously July came, and then my grandma passed, bro. And then everything that I felt like I think needed completely just was like, pff, like it disappeared, bro. And like obviously like my grandma passed and all that stuff, and
Everything that mattered didn't matter.
didn't matter no more, bro. And
It happened to me in 2013 when my grandfather passed away. Like all the expectations, all the
right,
things that you think that you need to do went out the window
right,
because that person that you wanted to make happy or to like make proud
right,
wasn't there anymore. So now you were like little like a little bird
right,
without any wings and
right,
figuring out like I need to learn how to fly on my own.
right,
And I think that honestly having somebody pass away, especially like a grandfather or like maybe somebody really close to you that you not idolized but you looked up to,
right.
puts things into perspective. And I feel
Yeah,
like that right then
yeah,
and there like
yeah,
set you off on a
yeah, bro.
trajectory to become who you are right now. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
very like breathtaking to see
right,
how much self like care and
right,
love and attention you're giving yourself right now that you have the time.
right,
It's good. Like
right,
not a lot of people take that and run with it,
right.
and you took it and you
Yeah.
haven't looked back.
Yeah, bro. It lit a spark, bro. Like I said, it it erased everything that I thought was important and then showed me what was important. And I think it was just I always say it's like obviously my grandma's like spirit, like guiding me, but yeah, bro, I was just I felt like I was like all these past years it's been like what is missing, what was missing, and like it showed me like nothing was missing. It was just me like getting off my ass and doing the things that I've always wanted to do, cuz like I've always said I wanted to stream. I've always said like I want to do my own graphics more. I've always said like I want to do more like things on the internet of showing like my DJ stuff, bro. We've talked about it at NAM, like I go to NAM every year and I get so fucking inspired, and like I was lucky enough to take you before the pandemic, and we both left inspired, bro. You're not even
Oh
a
heck yeah!
DJ, and like you were inspired, and you were like fuck, and
It's just a subculture of music that you opened up for me,
right,
and I appreciate the DJ world,
right,
the all the engineering that goes behind
bro, yeah,
all that music. You just like DJs, like people talk smack about DJs.
right,
They just think they're just
right. Like
what is it
pretty
like
boy music players,
yeah, but just like
playlist,
yeah,
playlist,
just like a little Walkman or what do you call it, like a Apple or
right,
like a
right.
what do you call that,
iPod,
like a iPod
right,
DJ,
right, talk,
bro. It's so much more than
right,
that. The scratching and then the battles
right,
and all
just
that. There's so many different sections
right.
and
Tone play, all that
yeah,
shit, all every fucking thing, bro.
wordplay, like
Wordplay,
all that.
exactly, bro.
Bro, I was in love with the wordplay that they
It's
had
like
there.
it's the kids. It's just some of these things you're just like it's impossible how these songs have the same fucking words and they go like, yeah, bro. DJs are fucking crazy. So just been inspired by all that. I've always had that, but it just never like came out of me to like start doing shit, you know. And I just fuck started doing shit, bro. I was just like,
You also
I,
have a good team, like the girls. Clarissa, she
right,
holds it down for you.
right.
She's definitely your lady. She
Clarissa, my
pumps you.
girl
Your
Karen,
sister
my
Allison.
sister
Shout out to all of them.
Carmen,
That the
for real,
Carmen,
for
like
real.
they you guys are very close, and
Right,
you guys are always doing something,
right, right.
which leads to
Inspiration.
inspiration.
Right, right. Like the hike, the Hollywood hike that we just went to. It's funny because like our group text message is Dxsko's executive manager team or something like that, dude. Or
Really?
management team. Yeah, yeah. It's just funny because like I'll spit because bro, girls, you know, you spit ideas to them sometimes and they're like, oh, okay, it's dope, or nah, the color's whack, you know. And the girls are honest with me,
Yeah.
so they'll fucking tell me. So I'll be like, all right. So if I'm like questioning myself about something, like I send it to them and they're like, yeah, it's tight or this or that. But yeah, shout out to them, bro. And it's true, we do need people like that, bro. And like I feel like you and me are like that too. We feed off of each other's like stuff that we're doing. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do something too, cause like it's like a what is it? FOMO. It's
Yeah.
like fear of missing out. It's like no, my boy's doing that shit. I gotta do something shit too. And then we post something and I'm fucking selected serious,
Yeah.
and it's like a whole thing. So and that's what's dope about it, bro. To be inspired by each other for sure. Cause I feel like if you don't have and it's like you everybody, bro, fucking Gabriel, everybody inspires me. Everybody that I've met through the podcast and that
Mm.
I've either reconnected from childhood friends
Mhm.
or just made friends inspire me, dude. And like they don't have to be DJs, you know? It's like before it was like I was only inspired by DJs or I wanted to do what other DJs were doing, but this community out here just inspires me in general. And it's funny that we're talking about that. Jordana, my homegirl,
Mhm.
our homegirl from high
Mhm.
school, she hit me up. She was like, "Yo, who's that Chad guy?" The our home videographer,
Yeah.
mostly your homie. But shout out to him, cause she was like, you know what? I fucking love it. Like, who is this guy? I was like, oh, he's the homie, the mutual homie in this, you know, in the network. I call it our network of homies that are doing stuff. He's really dope. Yeah, this and that. She's like,
Yeah, that's Chad right
oh,
there.
is it?
He's,
Oh, wow, bro. Yeah, fuck. Shout out to Chad. So she was like, it's really dope that it's like locals are showcasing like the desert like that, you know? And she was just like, it's fucking dope. You guys need to keep doing that shit, all you guys.
sweet. See,
And
even if you're not connected, you you have a reach to
right,
the people
right,
that are out here in the desert. I think by leading by example goes a long ways, and
right,
definitely, bro,
right.
Chad stands alone
Yeah,
by the
bro.
work that he does.
Bro,
Like
his
his
shit
work
is dope,
speaks
bro.
for itself.
Bro, so dope, so dope.
And I actually reached out to him. So if anybody wants to reach out to him, just hit him up on Instagram or whatever way you know how to get to
Yes,
him. He's
yes,
super humble, super good people. So
yeah.
you have a plethora of mixes right now. You have different genres and different things that you're dabbling.
Right.
Your latest mix, the Chronicles of a Jazz Boy.
Yeah.
That's by far my favorite.
Is it, bro?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I've honestly, I stay true to like a lot of the genres that I listen to,
Okay.
but this one definitely took me for a loop.
Okay.
I think
What you like
it
about it?
well, it just opened up the eclectic style um that derives from a genre. Like
Right,
there's
right,
so many different
right, bro.
styles of jazz
Yeah.
that you there's that obviously that classic
Right,
jazz,
right.
but bro, they
Yeah.
took it and ran with it.
Modern jazz, bro. That shit's so fire, dude. Yeah, dude. I've been wanting to do that shit. I mean, I love jazz. The big thing why I love jazz is because it's like a genre without rules. I don't know if you've ever
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
bro. It's like what? Like, so you're saying like these motherfuckers are just over here playing, you know, whatever they feel, you know. And I've always thought that was dope. And like, it's always dope to see like people like in LA or like when I went to New York, like see people actually play jazz like on the fucking street. Like they're just fucking freestyling, bro. It's like a rapper just freestyling fucking forever, but they're just feeling whatever's in their soul. See what I did there, Soul? Have you watched the Disney movie? You haven't watched the Disney movie Soul? Watch that shit, bro. It's a jazz. It's like you gotta watch it. You
I'll
gotta
watch
watch
it.
it. You gotta watch it.
It's like a little ghost, right? It's like a little
Yeah,
blue
yeah.
little spirit or something.
But it's like he's a jazz player, and it's like his. You just gotta watch it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
don't ruin it for me.
But um, I always wanted to do like a mix like that, but I just felt I am. It was just that whole same thing of just not doing it. You know, it just was not doing it. Like just lazy, not like
Y-
compiling the
You
songs.
think that beforehand, the lazy Renee would have been able to come up with that type of
Yeah, but it would have
yeah
took me a lot longer,
yeah
bro. I think after I guess I'll call it the point of awakening. I don't want to like keep referring to my grandma's death, you know.
yeah
But like when I woke up, honestly, dude, I just felt like inspired because I wanted to say it earlier. Like the biggest thing is if you guys don't know me, like my grandma was a huge like fan of mine, bro. Like
no she was
always like playing my shit, always watching my streams, dude. You know, like one of the most people that was, you know, because a lot of times you don't get that in family, that like family's accepting of you being a musician. It's like looked down upon. It's like yeah, right, you know. And her and my mom from the jump were like, yeah, like you're good, mijo, you know. And it took my grandpa a little bit of warming up to, but once he saw that I left on tour, he was like, okay, he's fucking serious about it, you know. But my grandma was always a fan, you know, and I think I don't know if it was my mom or my sister, maybe both. They both said something to me like when she had passed of like, you know how much like she loved that you DJ'd, you know, and that shit, bro, just kept replaying, bro, replaying, and replaying until her funeral, and like after that, I was like, I need. Obviously I'm doing it for her, but like it was almost like she was telling me like, get your shit together, fucking go, like keep fucking going, keep doing it, you know.
that's
And
really nice to hear.
bro, like I felt it and I still feel it, bro. I have this like energy, bro,
You
of
won't,
like
you know, the funny thing is that you won't lose it because you
right,
have I think you have a set like the determination in yourself
right.
is there,
Oh,
like
bro,
you're not gonna
no, it's because I see now, I see like
you're mature, you're a lot more
I
mature as well,
right,
like
right.
you've been through obviously a
A lot
lot,
of shit.
you know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think now you've tasted something,
Right,
a certain lifestyle
right,
that I don't think you'll ever want to like let go of,
right,
which
right,
is positivity,
right,
constant, you know, grind.
right.
Do you
Feeling
have any
good.
option, like do you see yourself, like let's say um job wise, like work with music or children, or what
I hope, bro.
you have any like vision of what's to come for you?
See, with that, man, I think I don't want to like be too negative about working with kids anymore, but I think with with the whole pandemic and job ending and all that, I don't want to say it uninspired me to work with kids, but for a long time I was like I want to open a DJ school, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I think now obviously with the pandemic and all that, that dream has gotten a little less inflated, I feel.
Yeah.
But I think that I'll be able to still develop like a relationship with kids, and I think that for me it might just be sports. I've been training with Sesma's daughter, Izzy, and like I don't know, bro. That's something that I think I always will yearn to like build like work with the youth, you know,
Yeah,
like
connection with the youth.
yeah, bro, and because of my past of like, you know, my real father leaving me, having that void always, you know, I think, and being that my both my parents worked at schools, kind of went hand in hand, and I didn't even notice that I had all these like tools to when I did grow up, fucking work at a school. It it made it easy, you know. It made it easy. Working with kids was super easy with to me. So if it's not with music, I think it'll be through sports,
Through
you know,
sports.
something, you know, something. But I feel like I can't give up on my. I have this whole thing of like I always want to give back to these, you know, whether it be music, whether it be sports. I don't know, but my dream was to one day have like a DJ school, but I mean, I could only dream,
It could come true.
Yeah.
But I was talking to everybody that I really talked to. There's you have to plant the seed,
Right.
and so there might be somebody to listen to this
Yeah.
episode and be like, oh, I have, you know, I could help
Amigo.
Renee. Yeah, for sure. So don't ever like throw it away. Like
Right.
your dream, just hold on to it
Right.
and let it grow and see if
Right.
I with this last couple of interviews that I've had, they have they have the same mentality. I'm not saying that they think exactly alike, but community.
Mhm.
The um Alec and I had Daniel on too, and they talk about the importance of community.
Right.
Whenever you find yourself like struggling to make something happen,
Right.
your community's got your back to help you
Yeah.
develop and make your things come true.
Right.
And so I think if you create something, people will come.
Right. Right.
Meaning like um, create awareness,
Right.
create like inspiration,
Right.
all these little things of creating,
Right.
creating a voice or an environment for yourself to have a platform to
Right.
speak on. You're always welcome to come and talk,
Right.
uh, and and if you have something to share, you can always put it on the mic and
Right.
we can put it out anytime,
Right.
bro.
Right. Right.
And then d- what about the DJ community out here in the desert? Because if you have a team, it doesn't need to be a big team, but maybe
Right.
one or two other DJs that have the same
Right. Right.
aspirations as
Right.
you guys can
Right. Right.
collaborate, or is that something that
No, bro. I think I mean I automatically I feel like I'm connected
back to
with
the IE?
well well to connect that one of my biggest homies is Adam Up. He's a
Okay.
DJ.
Uh-huh.
Him, Rich, and Cielo, and Albert Ramirez. Those four DJs out here are probably like my closest homies that are DJs. I feel like we're all kind of doing our own thing when we're not when me, Rich, and Cielo aren't doing 111. Because when we're doing the 111 thing, it's like we're a fucking team. But I feel like those guys inspire me to do to keep doing what I'm doing because the DJ community isn't big out here. There's like we got I think Alpha Alpha I'm not there's a lot of
Mm.
DJs, but I'm saying like the big guys Alpha Alpha DJ Day, the Scratch
Pedro LaBass.
Pedro LaBass, he's the other homie. Yeah. Um, there's so many fucking DJs, dude. But like DJ Axe. There's a bunch of dope ass DJs out here, and then there's like the Scratch. What are they called, man? The Scratch DJs. It's C4's in there. All
D-
those guys,
DJ
dope, bro.
Odyssey.
DJ Odyssey, right? The guys who fuck with Flat Black Shop, all that. I feel, I feel like the community out here, we could be a little bit more connected, definitely. And bro, I fuck with all of them, and I want there to be some kind of bigger network,
Mhm.
like, um, but I'm new to out here, fairly new, bro. I'm from out here. I'm a local, but I'm new to the DJ community, so I don't really. I kind of associate with myself with the people kind of that I talk to, but everybody else,
But
I
how do you bridge that? How do we go about bridging
I
that?
think I think everybody just needs to be more open to each other's styles, bro. It's because it's not only the DJ community out here. I'm not talking bad about it. I'm talking about all the DJ communities. It's so separate because there's how we were talking about earlier with them. So many type of DJs. There's the scratch DJs, there's the club DJs, there's the bedroom DJs, there's the EDM DJs. Uh, so there's like this already subconscious division, and I feel like
Or
we
like you mean like, oh, I don't appreciate your type of DJing
not
because
like appreciate, but
you don't
like
play the music that I play.
right or not so much like I don't appreciate, but like it's like yeah, that's cool. I think there needs to be more like openness to each other, bro. Like
Yeah, and
if you're
spread love
right,
instead of
spread
like
positivity.
knocking.
Right, right, and I think I think we are getting away from that, but I think we do as a community need to work way better than that. I think we need to have more. There needs to be more DJ events, bro. I can't wait till shit opens back up. We need to have more DJ events, bro. We need to have more DJ socials. Um,
Yeah, maybe you
yeah,
can
bro,
help put that together.
bro, something. I want to do something at Fly Black Shop, but because I want people. This is the biggest thing of why it's hard to for DJs and stuff because it's either like you're super technical scratcher this or that, or you're not, And
But see, that's the funny thing. Like once you like as a designer, once you have an idea or a vision and you put it together, I mean, you might be a shitty designer,
right,
but you're a designer,
right, right,
right?
right,
So as a DJ, you should give credit to those that are barely starting,
right, right,
those that are shitty,
right,
and those that are good, and everybody should hold each other up here.
right,
And when that happens, the ego goes
right,
away
right.
and you learn.
I think what I said in the first selected series episode, I said something about sharing knowledge.
Yeah.
That's all it is, bro. It's like you with your computer, not having no DJ equipment, could probably DJ better than certain this person or this person that. It's not about like how dope you scratch or anything. I feel like it's your style, bro. It's the music that you're picking. How you read the crowd, bro. And I feel like there's not enough love for the outside of the what the typical DJ is supposed to be. Cause, bro, if you're like I said, I've seen DJs throw down on just a laptop and a little tiny controller. We've seen it at NAMM. Fools were like doing a bunch of crazy shit. I just don't think there's enough appreciation of like the little guy in the DJ community.
Mhm.
And I and this, like I said, this is not just out here in general. And I think that's why there's never gonna be like a huge, like
I wouldn't say
you
that.
know, you know.
Let's see what happens.
I don't know, man. The DJ community is could be, bro. I mean,
Yeah, okay, but if you don't try, you never know.
true,
So
true, true.
so maybe something good comes out of it.
Yeah, no,
You know,
no. I mean,
your
like I said,
intentions go a long way. So if
right,
your intention is to bring DJs together, and let's say there's 100 DJs out here in
right,
the desert,
right,
and you bring 10 DJs together,
right,
you did something positive.
right, right, right.
So who cares?
But see, that's the thing is like I want to make it clear. I'm not talking about here in the desert. The people that I'm talking about just the DJ community in general.
Oh,
How
okay.
it could be.
Okay.
It could be so standoffish. Of that's why it's hard to build a DJ community in general.
But
Um,
okay, let's make it even broader.
okay.
Let's make it even completely not about DJs
Okay.
because we were talking about music.
Right. Right.
So
The
let's talk
music
about
community.
musicians, the
Right.
music
Right.
community.
And that's
Now
what we have.
now
have
that
out
could
here.
be more of a cushion
Right.
to let people into that community
Right.
better, you know?
Right. Right.
So like, oh shoot, I play guitar, but I'm not a
Right.
like, but I don't do this,
Right.
but I'm a musician. So
Right.
hey, like I'm welcome. You know, maybe that.
That I do love from out here though. The music scene out here is fucking dope. There's so many dope artists, bro. From Portia to Adrian to bro. There's so many rappers out here.
Yeah,
Producers, homies like Jax. He's DJ.
you got
Um,
yeah, Jax is
bro,
great,
Adam
bro.
Up, who's a DJ, but he's also a badass videographer.
Hmm.
Visual cachet.
You have uh, what's his name? Uh, uh, Angel. He does. We interviewed him. Wormaful.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He is doing collaborations
Oh,
with
yeah,
a
he's a
rapper.
rapper. Right.
His name is Mills the God.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's just putting out
Yeah.
I believe it's a complete work of art.
Right. There's some other rappers out here.
There's
Million, the homie Million. He's dope as fuck. Stevie was out here for a long time. Stevie Crooks, but he's from the IE, but he was out here for a long time. King Fantastic, he was out here for a long time. Or Killer Reese. Yeah, dude, the music scene out here has so much potential to grow into something great, bro. It's just, it's only a matter of time, and it's like it's up to our generation of artists, music people, all that, just in our generation in general, to take hold of the scenes out here, because we get too many people from the outside trying to influence it, trying to make it LA, trying to make it not local,
Mhm.
that we try to always be like LA, or we always try to be like
Something
IE.
else.
Always try to be something else, bro. And I think our generation, it's finally like it's a group of individuals that are like from DJs to rappers to singers to florists to podcasters to fucking everything, dude, that we're finally understanding like this is our desert. Like we want to make our desert shine its own way, you know? And
Yeah.
I feel like we're finally getting that, bro, cuz I feel like the generation before and the people was a lot of people from the outside, you know, coming in and trying to change things and you know, it's like
It's
there's
because
more than
it's such a melting pot, bro.
right,
The desert
right.
is such a melting pot,
Exactly.
and then you get people that leave and come back, and they
Right.
bring culture from other
Right.
places, which is nice. I
It
love
is.
it.
It is. Oh,
You have
I'm a prime example of that, bro.
yeah.
I went to IE, fucking lived out there. But I feel like we need to showcase that we're more than like Old Town Palm Springs. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much more.
I think that's what we have that
Right.
stigma. I mean,
Exactly.
Coachella was obviously bringing a lot of outside influence for that.
Right.
For that, with that being said, the influencers took over a lot of what the spirit of Coachella was. Now that you are doing your own thing and working on yourself, you're having to become uh, part of what the machine is,
Right. Right.
and you're like maybe you could give some advice now that you're on your journey to working, like elaborate maybe on what you're doing right now, the project that you're
Okay.
working on.
So now that like obviously I'm pumping out more mixes, one mix a month. Um, Now I'm doing this whole project called Team Keep Going. This is what you're referring to?
Team keep
Yeah.
going.
So Team Keep Going. It's obviously a page that I'm gonna have, but it's gonna be more of like a movement, more of a. It's gonna be somewhat of like of a motivational, inspirational thing. But it's also gonna be a lot of my like what I like, from sports to fitness to fashion. Um,
But that's more of like a way for you to connect with the audience,
right, and
right?
express myself, dude, because I feel like I'm more than
The
a
DJ.
DJ, bro. You know, it's like how we say Select Series is more than a podcast. I'm more than just a DJ, dude. I'm a grand grandson. I'm a son. I'm a boyfriend. I'm a friend. You know, I'm a jazz lover. I'm a sports fanatic. You know what I'm saying? And like I want to be able to express that more. But at the same time, I think with the team keep going, it's turning into something as we go.
But you
But
have to
that's kind of I'm sorry.
go ahead.
That's kind of like balancing back and forth with what I'm trying to do more with Dxsko as like an artist, because I feel like I was Dxsko the DJ, but now I'm trying to become Dxsko the content creator. You know,
Right.
like and that goes with Team Keep Going. Like I said, those coincide with each other. And
Why do you think you have to do that to for relevance?
Team Keep Going.
No, the the so much content
Um, because
because you just jumped on different platforms
um,
like Twitch.
right,
You're
right,
on
right, right, right.
you're on TikTok now. I mean, we grew up with maybe obviously Facebook
Right,
and Instagram
right,
came
right.
into our
Twitter.
lives. Twitter,
Okay.
I don't
Yeah, I'm
mess
on
with.
Twitter, dude.
Yeah, see, so but you're on so many different
Right.
platforms. Is that because as a DJ you need to stay in contact with the rest of the world?
That I think it's that more exposure, and I'm kind of seeing it as like, okay, I have this game plan, and I've never stayed consistent like that. You know, like consistent and like really doing it in all aspects. And I just see it as like, what do I have to lose? Like,
Yeah.
what? It's like I'm throwing like how they say throwing shit on the wall. Something's gonna stick. Something's gonna stick, and like that's just kind of my drive right now. Of I want to showcase I want to showcase me, because I feel like the same way I influence people in my life, I feel like I could influence people that I don't even know. You know, I'm because I'm not anybody different than who I am behind the camera. You know, I'm funny. I'm energetic. I'm that person, bro. I'm that person that like we're at the gym and I'm like, keep going. It's not just a fucking saying. It's really just that whole keep going thing embodies like my lifestyle and who I want to be. And I think that's why I said, when I first wanted to do it, I told you I was like, I think I want to be a lifestyle content creator. Because it's like I want to talk about my whole life all the time. And not to be like intrusive of my life, but I want to show people that like you could be like this, you could be like this, and you can still do this,
Right,
and
that's cool. Yeah.
and that's just really what's all behind that, bro. And I think with that's obviously so much more. Like I said, there's gonna be so much more avenues that I get to like dive in. I don't get to box myself anymore with like you're a DJ and you have to just do DJ stuff. Like the past month, bro, I've been posting nothing but fitness stuff. And but with that, there's gonna come more content. There's gonna be uh, more DJ stuff. Like I just posted that first one, bro. I've been wanting to do something like that for a while. 4 songs in 1 minute,
Been waiting for it.
bro. And yeah, and you've told me, Rick, you've told me like, why don't you, Nano, you guys always kind of, you guys planted that seed in me a long time ago, and I tried it with the Flex teaser, but then sitting there, I got the ring light, I had to invest a little bit. I got a stand. I finally was like, fuck it, I need to invest in this shit because
Definitely.
it's never gonna look the way I want it to look if I'm not investing in my whole thing. If it's not monetary, it's fucking like
That's good that you're saying all these little inside things
right.
because whoever that my whole objective is to get people to be like, "Oh, that's not a
Yes,
blueprint, but I can maybe
exactly.
there's no such thing as being a copycat. Like
Right,
especially
right,
I mean there is, but like as a designer,
right,
everything that you see has already
right,
been made.
right,
You just make your own twist.
right,
And the cool thing about like having people being like, "Oh, that's cool. I've never seen that before,"
right,
is getting away with like you're copying. You're
right.
you're copying whether it was inspired by,
Exactly.
but you're copying. So I
Everybody
mean,
copies something, bro.
so I just want people to like shed that
Right,
being scared of like,
right.
oh, someone's gonna call me out for something. Like, nah, bro, like it's all recycled.
And there's no blueprint, dog. Like there's no blueprint, and I always feel like honestly the best way to learn things is by like trial and error and doing it yourself. Because yeah, you could pay people to do that shit and all that stuff, but like once you don't have those people, like you're stuck at square one again, dude. And I think for me, it's this whole everything that I've been trying to do. It's been like just trial and error, seeing what sticks, and like there is no fucking blueprint. There's advice that you could follow, and yeah, there's some key points that somebody could give you advice on and how like what to do. But with this whole everything, bro, there's not. I don't think there's a blueprint
And
to growth. To
if
growth, you gotta just
yeah,
go through that shit.
yeah, it's a matter of giving it time to
Right,
grow.
right.
Do you obviously you've been really like I follow your calendar. You shared your calendar with me. I happen to know his calendar.
Yeah, you
So
do, bro.
let's see. You're pretty structured. Like
Right, I
you
try to be.
created a structure, and so there's gonna be people that are gonna say, "Yeah, but he lives his life on social media." Not necessarily. Like if you can be very consistent and
Right,
what would you call it?
meticulous,
Yeah, but like um
organized, structured.
organized
Right,
for
right,
sure.
right,
You don't need to. You can do that and do this too.
right.
Like you set a certain time of your
Yeah,
day to only focus on that, and then you go about and do all the things that I daily see you
right,
do. It's
right.
like it's like super cool,
It
bro.
is, it is, bro. I think,
And then look, you also like you've always been punctual, but what I'm saying is like you set dates, you set things, and you by seeing it, then you're like, oh, I can't make plans for anything else.
right,
Like
right,
that
right.
keeps you very organized.
Right, right. I honestly, bro, it's an OCD. Uh, if it's like an OCD from like a kid, because my grandpa's like that. My grandpa was like, he was always like, you gotta be on time and this and that. Tienes que andar, listo para el trabajo. All that, bro, was kind of embedded in me, and I feel like it kind of fell off a little bit. But then, as an adult, it kind of was picked up. Everything happened, and it was like I literally sat in the room, bro, and I had to just plan by hour from 6:30 or 6 a.m. to I think I put 11 p.m. and it was like in August, and I sat there. Karen, I sat there with her on Facebook, and I literally, bro, just wrote out what I'm gonna do, when I'm gonna eat. I don't follow that shit like
To
to
the
the T, but I did that shit for and I followed that for like a full month. I think I had text you guys like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm gonna start this gym shit. Like I'm gonna be this on these days. I'm available.
You did what? 70? How many days?
77 days straight of no days off,
Yeah. It pays off, bro. Look at you.
bro. Yeah, bro. And I feel like I'm more focused now, and I
You're
think it
alert.
helped.
Yeah.
I'm alert. It just put everything into perspective, and it's just like I think people don't talk about it enough, but even if it's organized chaos, bro, if you have some kind of organization, it helps your flow with everything, bro.
Hmm.
And I, as an artist, as this or that, people don't talk about that shit enough, dude. Sometimes you're in that funk because you need to go home and fuck clean your room, or organize that one thing that subconsciously has been, or talking to that one person. People don't like talk about like that, like or that part of like what it is sometimes as an artist to get that last thing out, and I think like no, I'm serious, bro.
No, I
Like
agree with you.
it's like this weird thing, but bro, like I said, that whole thing in July had to happen. My grandma had to pass. It had to be this fucking chaos for me to be like, holy shit, I see the fucking light. Like it was there the whole time, but now I fucking see, like I see it. And now I gotta go. It's like, oh, I have legs I can move towards. And I don't think, like I said, people talk about that enough. At and I think another thing too is like admitting that you're being a lazy fuck about what your goal is. There's so many people, dude, that it's like we talk about things that we're gonna do, and bro, the reason that I didn't do anything how I'm doing it right now is simply because I was being fucking lazy, and people don't admit that shit. I was I was like looking back at like everything that I've done, and it was cool and everything, and I was like, something's gonna happen because of what I've done. I always kind of in my head was like, had this like, yeah, something's gonna happen. Everything that I've done, it's gonna put me in a right position, and I didn't think of it of I should use everything that I've done to put me in that position. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I was just waiting, bro. I was just waiting, and it finally just hit, and it was like,
Oh.
oh, and I'm already ahead of the race because I have all this dope shit that I've done, and that I
Hmm.
know that some of my like common knowledge of like the industry and all that stuff, like to me it's like common knowledge, but bro, no, it's because I've grinded my ass off in the industry for a long time, and it's like sometimes you just,
And the best is yet to come, bro.
bro, sometimes you just need to slap yourself and be like, get your shit together.
So, now that you're getting your shit together, when is your? Are you having? Are you're making music?
Right, right, right.
When do
I'm
we
gonna
get
drop a project this year. Uh, I don't want to set a date because I set a date last year and I didn't do it. But I think this is the year.
a full on?
Like a project, yeah. Seven tracks. I think the first project is just gonna be beats.
Uh huh.
Um, I want to work towards like doing something with artists. Um, I know Noah. I think me and Noah want to do a project.
It's just a matter of time.
It's a matter of time, dude, and it's a matter of like reaching out to my friends. It's a pandemic, dude. It's like being able to record stuff. Like for sure, off top, I want to ask Curtis. Me and Curtis King. If you guys don't know him, look him up. Really dope guy, fucking rapper, YouTube mogul, all that. Him and Dom, love him to death. I know he'd probably do some kind of music with me as well. But right now, my main focus is getting back into the creative juices. I think something that recently got me back in was Sesma doing a beat that took me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, it's
It
like
was
it was like
it was a shot.
it was yeah, it was put you in a position where like in the industry world.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a dope. So I think I could talk about it. I did a beat for his movie for
Uh-huh.
a bar scene. He wanted a song like Shots from Little John. Um, and I don't produce that music. So I was like, fuck, like shit, like how am I gonna do this? But honestly, bro, once I made it, I think I showed you, right?
Yeah.
It's dope. I mean, I think it's dope.
I love the beat.
I think it's dope, and I think it showed me like, you know what? Even if it's something that I don't like
Yeah.
or don't know how to make, that's a better word. Something that I don't know how to make, I can make it, you know. And I think before I would always be stuck in my comfort, you know, that I'm gonna only do like these style type of beats, you know. And
You also have a playlist you made for 111 conditioning. That
ooh,
one's really cool.
it's about that actually. I guess I could say it on here. Coming soon, first mix of the year
Hey.
is gonna be the Flex Volume 2 movie montage edition. That's all I gotta say. Oh, I guess I could describe it. It's gonna be a bunch of like movie, uh, like classic movie, like Rocky, like Eye of the Tiger, all that stuff, but with the disco twist, you know. So
Dang.
Jaime
Okay.
had
I
this,
don't even want to
bro,
ask any more
bro.
questions.
Jaime had all I'm gonna say is this. Jaime had this list. He's like, bro, I've had this list for a long time. For a long time, I just haven't, you know, I wanted to work with the DJ to do a movie montage mix. And I think we talked about this in like, bro, last year in May. And I was like, bro, give me that list, compile that list, give me it, we'll do something. And then finally, like in December, because we talked about it in November or something. He was like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna work on that mix. He just told me out of nowhere. I'm gonna work on that list for you. And then early December, he texted me it, and I looked at that shit, and I was like, bro, this is about to be a banger. So, but that's dope because that's challenging me, bro. Not only is it challenging me to do my monthly mixes how I've been doing, but now it's challenging me to do something different. Because when I did his first one, that was a challenge because I don't really, not that I do play the style of music that he plays, but it's gym music, so it's more a beat, all that. If you know my style, I'm everywhere with it. But for me to try to do somebody's style, like I'm gonna try to do Jaime's style in a mix. You know, if Jaime was DJing, this is I feel like what it would sound like. You know, and it took me out of my comfort zone, and I think that's what this one is doing. I think each flex we're gonna try to do that. You know, and it's dope because I'm playing not only to my demographic, but I'm playing to his demographic, which is, you know, that's completely new. It's a challenge and it's dope because when I see his peeps like repost it, that's dope, bro. And it's like another fan gain, you know. And because of the gym, I've gained like people that are following me because of that, you know. And that's fucking dope because it's like out of fitness, and when people realize like, oh, you fucking DJ too,
And
dude.
plus your that fan base for
Right.
111, like
It's
he's got a great
right. It's
family. Like it's like
organic,
a family.
loyal. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm one of them. It's, you know, I'm there every fucking day, you know. But yeah, dude, definitely like the feeling when he played it there, and like everybody reacted to it like in such a positive manner. Like one of the girls who's like really hard to impress there, not because like we want to impress her, but she's funny. Her name is Danielle. She's just she's very like what's the word? She's just funny. She's just like I think you know her. I think she always got the dope shoes. She's always like, oh, I don't want to be here. Like always joking around about not wanting to be there. If you see her, you'll
share,
just.
yeah.
Anyways, there was like this one part in the mix, and she turns around, and looks at him, and she goes, "Oh, this is dope." You know, to see that, I was like, "Fuck!" I impressed her, the one the hardest to impress. It was like,
Cool.
"Fuck yeah," you know. So yeah, more of those to come.
I'm sure there's a ton of collaborations that you got brewed up in
Right.
your head and with other people. One of the things that I want to talk about that you collaborated with was with Kiros. This seems to be a trending topic with Daniel, with Alec, now with you.
Right.
Kiros has been definitely holding it down out here in the desert. We talked about how he stepped away a little bit.
Right.
Um, I think all the homies are trying to pull him back in,
Right.
and we'll eventually. I'm pretty sure we'll work together because he's that good
Bro.
of like an eye to bring about the things that you have in your head
Right.
come to life.
Bro.
And I wanted to talk about that motivational little video
Right.
that I would want to call it
Like
Nike ad that you created, but that was really cool. How did
Bro,
that come about?
so we had talked about doing a video a long time ago. When he was doing the videos for 111,
Hmm.
me and him started talking more at 111, and he started getting more footage of me. And I think it's when I saw that 111 video of like, damn, like, not that I look good on camera, but I was like, fuck, like he captured the essence of me working out really well. So then I had asked him. I said, I asked him if we could trade services, but then I told him this is what I want to do, because this is after my grandma's passing. Um, like this is what I want to tell. I want to tell, like I want to show me outside of a DJ, like me being at home. Me trying to get back into my fitness. All that in the struggle of that. I wanted him to and then he sent me this clip of what he thought, and we just kind of went back and forth, bro. And then one day, he's like a month later, he sent me like a treatment, and I think I sent it to you. And bro, he literally envisioned like it embodied everything and more of like what I thought, it would look like. So, bro, he just has a fucking eye for it, man. It's just crazy how he literally put my thoughts into a video and made that shit reality. Um, like the whole message of keep going, that's where keep going started, bro. That I mean, I would always say it. Actually, that came from big famous rapper, or not famous, but shout out Larry June. He's soon to be famous.
Bro,
Him, bro, with the whole, he would always say that in his songs, keep going, Larry. So that shit just kind of stuck, and then that whole thing happened with the video, and it's crazy because I at that time I was saying don't stop, keep going. I didn't even know he was gonna put that at the end. So when he put that, bro, I was like, that's it, bro. Like that's the fucking trademark. Like don't stop, keep going. And from that, that's what the whole team keep going. Like basically was birthed from. That's crazy now that I
no,
think about it.
it's really nice to bring that
Seed
whole
planted.
full circle. I think we covered a lot.
Yeah,
I
bro.
think that we'll hold off on a lot of things. I know there's a lot of things if we keep looking.
Bro.
Um,
We could
Thank you,
talk all
bro.
day, of
Well,
course.
can't wait to have you back here.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait to see what you got
All
up your
right.
sleeve.
Yeah, dog.
With that being said, guys, stay tuned. We got a few more, well, hopefully a ton of episodes coming out.
Yeah.
A few more surprises from Dxsko.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
All right. Peace.
Peace.